Today, I am going to walk you through a few simple exercises that you can start doing right at home. No equipment, no pressure, just you, your body, a wall, and a chair. And if you stick with me all the way to the end, I'll also show you one small thing that most people forget to do, and it can make everything feel a whole lot smoother and easier. So let's get into the first movement. Find a wall in your home. Any solid wall will work just fine. Stand with your back against it. Then step your feet out forward a little bit, about shoulder width apart. Now slowly slide your back down the wall. And this part is important. Don't go too far down. You are not trying to do a deep squat here. Just a small bend in the knees, like you're halfway sitting down into a chair that isn't actually there, and then pause. Hold that position. Keep your breathing slow and steady. You'll probably start to feel your thighs working, and that is exactly what we're going for. If you're just starting out, even 5 seconds is plenty, then gently press through your heels and come back up. Now here's where a lot of people make small mistakes that either reduce the benefit or make their knees feel uncomfortable. So let's fix those right now. Keep your back flat against the wall the whole time. Make sure your knees are staying roughly above your ankles, not pushing out past your toes. Keep your weight in your heels, not in your toes. And one more thing, do not hold your breath. It sounds obvious, but a lot of people do it without even realizing it. And if anything feels off, just don't go as low. There is absolutely no need to force it. Now let me tell you why this simple movement is actually so powerful. This exercise is strengthening your quadriceps, which are the exact same muscles you use every time you stand up from a chair. So every single time you practice this, you are directly improving a real everyday movement. And over time, that movement starts to feel easier. That is what we are working toward. Real strength for real life. Now let's move on to the next one. And this one is especially helpful if you ever feel unsteady when you're standing, or if you just want something you can do safely while you're sitting down. Go ahead and sit in a sturdy chair that has a backrest. Sit up nice and straight with your feet flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart. Now from that position, press your feet firmly into the ground like you're about to stand up, but don't actually stand. Just press down and hold. You should feel your thighs tighten up. Hold that for about 5 to 8 seconds, then relax. That right there is 1 rep. Try to do 8 to 10 of those. Now this might look really simple, and that's fine, but do not underestimate it. For a lot of people, this is actually the exercise where they first start noticing real improvement, because it builds strength deep in the muscles without putting any stress on your joints. And since you're already sitting, there is zero risk of losing your balance. You can do this while you're watching TV, while you're reading, even while you're waiting for your morning coffee to finish brewing. It fits right into your day without any extra effort. And that's exactly what makes it something you can actually stick with. Now, before we wrap up, there is one last piece that most people tend to skip right over. And this one might actually surprise you. Strength alone is not enough. If your muscles are strong but they're tight, movement can still feel stiff and restricted. That's why we need to add in a gentle stretch. Stand up and hold on to something stable, a wall, a chair back, anything that gives you a sense of security. Shift your weight onto one leg, then slowly bend your other leg behind you and gently hold your foot. Bring your heel up toward your hip. You should feel a nice gentle stretch along the front of your thigh. Not pain, just a comfortable pull. Hold that for about 20 to 30 seconds while breathing slowly. Then switch to the other side. Keep your back straight, don't lean back, and don't pull too hard. This is not about forcing anything. It's about giving your body the space it needs to open up. And here's why this really matters. When your muscles are both strong and flexible at the same time, your joints can move much more freely. Walking feels smoother. Standing up feels easier. Your whole body feels lighter and more responsive. Now let me ask you something one more time. Picture this a few weeks from now. You get up from your chair, and it feels noticeably easier than it does today. You walk across the room and you feel steady and confident. You move through your day, and that quiet fear of losing your balance starts to fade away. That is what we are building toward together. Not perfection, not turning back the clock, just making your everyday life feel a little easier, a little safer, and a little more comfortable. And honestly, that is worth everything. Before we finish up, there is one important thing I need to say. If your doctor has you on medication, please do not stop taking it. These exercises are here to support your body, not to replace your treatment. Think of it as working with your body instead of fighting against it. As your strength builds up, your doctor may choose to adjust your plan, and that is exactly how real progress should happen. Gradually, safely, and with the right guidance. Now, I would really love to hear from you. What feels the hardest for you right now? Is it standing up, walking, keeping your balance? Go ahead and drop a comment and let me know. I read every single one, and I will do my best to get back to you and help. And if any of this was helpful to you, even just a little bit, please share it with someone who might need it too. Because you are not alone in this journey. And no matter how old you are, you can still get stronger, and you can start today. Hey friend, before we get into anything, I want you to do something with me right now. If you're sitting down, go ahead and stand up. Take your time, there's no rush at all. And as you do it, really pay attention, not just to the movement itself, but to how it actually feels. Did you stand up nice and smooth, or did you feel yourself pushing through your hands a little? Maybe some stiffness in your knees, that slight hesitation right in the middle of the movement. Maybe it wasn't painful, but it wasn't exactly easy either. Now here's the reason I asked you to do that. Because that one simple movement, getting up from a chair, is one of the clearest signs of how strong and stable your body truly is. And if that movement is starting to feel harder than it used to, then what I'm about to share with you today could really make a difference. Not overnight, not like magic, but steadily, safely, and in a way that your body is going to thank you for. Now, if you're like a lot of people over 60, and honestly, I put myself in that group too, you've probably started noticing certain changes over the years. Nothing dramatic at first, just little things. You sit a little longer before you get up. You walk a little slower than you used to. You become a bit more careful going up and down the stairs. And maybe, just maybe, there's this quiet thought sitting in the back of your mind. I need to be careful. I don't want to fall. And that thought alone can actually change the way you move. Now, here's the thing. This isn't just in your head. There is a real physical reason behind it. As we get older, our muscles naturally lose strength, especially the muscles in the front of your thighs, which are called the quadriceps. These are the muscles doing a whole lot of the hard work in your everyday life. Every time you stand up, every time you sit down, every time you walk, take a step, or try to keep your balance, those muscles are working. But over time, they get weaker. Not because you did anything wrong, but simply because that's what the body does when it isn't being challenged enough. On top of that, your joints, especially the knees, can start to feel a little stiffer. And when movement gets harder, we naturally tend to move less, which then makes the muscles even weaker. It becomes a cycle. But here's the good news, and I really want you to hear this. You can break that cycle. You do not need intense workouts. You do not need complicated routines. You do not need to push through any pain. You just need the right movements done consistently in a way that feels safe for your body